Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today's Monday, so it's a lovely day. So I'm just doing a quick live. I haven't done one in a couple of weeks because I've been away. So live streaming. While I've been away, I bought this beautiful crystal, and it's got, look at that. Well, it's on my table here. Quite enjoying it. It's like this. So it's very beautiful. While I've been away, I've been exploring a lot of old houses up in Adelaide, which was quite interesting. Been kind of doing quite a lot of things and soul searching, of course, and basically finding new things to talk about and where our energy is at. And the moment our energy is very all over the place, I believe, is because when we thought something was going to go one way and it went a different way, so we need to basically accept that the changes that we thought might not be there because there might be obstacles in the way that we knew that they were there, but would they use them with all the knowledge that we actually have out there? So I'm going to do lots of different readings on different subjects, and one of them is going to be Nesara Gesera again. But first, we start off with putting a little protection around us, and so I want everyone to put protection around them myself. I use Archangel Michael, so I use him to the left of me, to the right, behind and in front of me. I'm always protected 24/7. Then for people that like channeling and really connecting is just close your eyes and say, I'll call in my guides, I'll call in my higher selves, and I'll ground myself to Mother Earth and the universal energy and allow that to flow through me. So I get the best messages and the messages that need to be heard today. I also ask the Pleiadians and Argenturians to be with me to give messages. So the first one I wanted to pull out here is actually the flame again. This is a beautiful flame. It's also a crystal made from crystals in the Pleiadian sector, which I find very amazing. And you can call on this energy by just looking at this picture. It really rebalances us, our energy. So our journey in the moment is actually rebalancing ourselves. Everything is very unbalanced sometimes, our lives, the journey that we're on, maybe our love life, maybe relationships at work, wherever it might be, is there is a journey that we're going through, and we need to understand to take control of it and rebalance it. It's not about all love and light, fluff here and fluff there, which is not true. You know, we are in our heart space. Our heart space is here to learn love lessons, and every time you learn one, it's like a puzzle. A piece comes back together wherever you're at. You know, sometimes we're dealing with a lot of anger in the moment, and where people are really pushing our buttons and really doing the wrong things by us. And I find it really, really sad because I don't think there's a need for it. And I don't feel that there should be fighting over who's right or wrong, is because everyone's doing the lessons. And I find this a lot in relationship and when there's children involved, you know, do what's right for the children and then it's your turn. But make sure that you brought these people into this life, and you need to own that, and you need to do what's best for them. And I see a lot of inward fighting in a lot of relationships. So please, from your heart, don't do that to the children. You know, they didn't ask for that. Okay, so that being said is, so let that horrible energy go. So this is my letting go card. And really go deep within yourself and rebalance your emotional state. And you need to learn to see it from both sides. Every story has two sides, okay? but it's how you balance those sides. You know, when you go through an ache in your heart, it's very one-sided most of the times. It's until we heal that ache, it becomes a balanced side again. So for me to say that is rebalance, is everything needs rebalancing, whether it's our earth, whether it's the corruption, what with all the things being said, is like there's so much that went on this weekend. I just sat and watched, and I didn't go into it. I didn't blame. I didn't, because we know this, how the system is not perfectly run, whatever the case may be. But the thing is, we as human beings are more powerful than they letting us know. You know, we've always had all these laws and rules and to be set by, but are they actually for our human? Are they actually for our human betterness or not? You know, we really have to have a look at that as well. And what do we get out of the messages, and how do we really cope with being a better version of ourselves, and how do we rebalance our planet? Do we all play a victim, or do we take our power back, or do we judge everyone? So there's so many questions in this life, but how do we and how do we really rebalance our DNA to understand, well, this is our DNA, okay, how do we rebalance that? And I just look at things and see so many division in our world. Is how do we come back together in humanity? How do we change our energies? You know, it's different for everyone. Is we've been told we're going through this big change on this earth, and it is a very hard change. Where do we all sit with it? So I'm going to do a few readings on that, and then I really want to know if I've done the Gesera and Nesara before, but before I go into this, see this is rebalance the heart, your inner child, your male, your masculine and your feminine energy. And it's beautiful to be so balanced and so in tune with who we are. But it takes time, because we're all on this journey. We have this body, a soul that guides us. And for people who think you're not connected to your soul, just sit in peace quietly and ask, I call in my soul essence to help me with the journey in this lifetime. And then if your soul did stand out, I'll plonk back in and do this lesson with you. And that's how simple it actually is, you know. It's just us humans like to make things complicated. I also want to recommend a couple of books. If you're a starseed and want to know letters to a starseed, there's a beautiful book out. It's called The Letters to a Starseed by Rebecca Campbell. There's a beautiful spiritual book that came out. I only bought it because it was purple, right? So here we go. And it has all the information, like it has tarot readings. I know you can't see it. I haven't got the lights on here, but it's got tarot readings, what the tarot card means. It has got your star signs in it, which is quite interesting. And it has a bit of everything in it. Runes, you know, how you to them. It's got the Chinese horoscope in it, and much more, scrying, looking in mirrors, everything. So it's QBE has this book in a moment. So, and it's not too expensive either. It's by Michael Johnston. Hang on, let me put my glasses on. By Michael Johnston, the book of, I can't even say, a guide to prediction the future. right? The book of Donations, I think divination. All right, so that's a really beautiful book. So if you're learning and you want to learn more, there's some good books out there. Depends what you're into. The other really good book is Spirit Hacking, and it's Shaman Durek. Quite good views in it. It's a good read. I enjoyed it, love it, and I think is what can you really achieve with all this is making yourself a better person. So now we're going to go and do a world reading, okay? So I'm not going to do a long one today because I do have an interview. I'm doing a spiritual church group today in another state, so they're going to we're doing it on Zoom, which is going to be quite interesting. I'm going to do reading and a meditation for them. So where is this well? So I'm using the map by Colette Barron Reed. That's them. They're very beautiful, and I love them. Then I'm going to do some tarot readings, okay, into what is the world's message today. So we got so what that means, it's the ring circus. So life is like a circus, and it's playing out like a circus in the moment. And that's what it feels like. Everything's upside down, turned around. Everything is all over the place. It's like a circus. That it feels like that we're actually in a circus, basically, okay? And then there comes a deep freeze. And this is where standstill is coming. So a deep freeze to me is a realization of what is going on after the circus, the deep freeze. How's our mind coping with it, or should we just unclutter everything and start afresh? It's like a deep freeze. And then comes the magic prayer. This is where the unity to oneness, the unity to the universal energy, the love, the openness, being in one's magic prayer, and start praying for magic to happen. Then when we start praying, the storm is up on us. So what that means is a lot of clearing needs to be done all over the planet still. And that's the card that's bringing it forward, okay? So they're the storm fields. They might be very uncomfortable, but they're still up on us. And then it comes an unexpected visitors. I always believe that there's a lot of helpers out there helping, and there's a lot of unexpected, and some might show themselves for change, okay, which is quite interesting, and they're unexpected, but here. And then comes our coming apart. So the old system is still falling apart as we speak. It has not fallen all apart yet. It's still happening. So there's a lot of work to be done still. We always think we can do things like that. Unfortunately, we can't, okay? It's impossible, okay? And then we have home. Simplify your home. Make it as comfortable as you can. But that's what I feel. So hang on, no, it's too hard to put them on there. Sorry. I was trying to put the cards on there, but it's too hard. Rock bottom. So everything is going to hit rock bottom. It's like everything is falling apart. Can you imagine? Like, we're in this world and everything, all of a sudden, all the changes. And are you ready for the changes? Are you ready to actually embrace the better without you even knowing that you're doing it? Are you ready to change yourself to allow changes to come in, which is a really important point of view? And then we have the spark coming back. You know, there's nothing more important than having the spark of life in your life. And the spark is bringing the life back, the glow in your eyes, feeling from the heart, helping your neighbors, helping where help is needed to rebuild a better system, a loving system where there's more peace to be seen. And the bone collector, I find this very earthly, this card, and very spiritual. So it's also like a bone collector, like it's very ancient, very shamanic, very earthy, very hang on, I was trying to find another card to see if I can find it in here, to basically rebalance our earth. So we've been so out of zinc since who knows when. Do you know, how long have we been so controlled for? What is actually a true history? What is actually our truth? What is actually what we need to know? I just wanted to share there's a lot of souls that are leaving, are going into a healing room to re-energize their soul because they have work to do upstairs and to help us earthlings down here. So you find a lot of people leaving through different causes in a moment, but they need it up there. That's why they're leaving. And to have that balance is because they've done their life lesson here and it was finished. So they've gone up to, if you want to call it heaven, the other side, other dimensions, however you want to call it, I can't find it in a moment. It's okay. So it's beautiful to see that. Wow, how we have this perception of what can we believe and what can we not believe. So a lot of our history is not true, and we must ask, why did they manipulate it? Why did they manipulate some of the Bibles to believe only certain things that you want to believe? Is, you know, the Bible is a history book, and it should tell you the truth of history, yet a lot of chapters have been, what's actually really hidden from us? I always ask myself, there's so many questions, and yet the answers I can tell you through tarot cards, through healing. Now I'm going to ask the universal healing cards. They're discs. They're by Tracy Gibson. She's a friend of mine. She lives on the Gold Coast. And they're really beautiful cards to do healing with, actually. So if you're a healer, they're brilliant for that. You can order them on her website. So they're created by Tracy Gibson. She does have a site where you can buy them from. I believe that's in Sydney. So I'll see if it's on the back here. So it's www.universalhuman.com.au. That's where you can order them cards from if you're ever interested. They're discs. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3. What does humanity need to see and heal? The void. So there's a big void within and around us. Means we'd feel delusion that we don't understand a lot of things. There's a lot of mirroring going on. It's like people get dragged into mirroring certain things and not really getting it, but you also have to look at your own mirror, and you need to embrace your soul. Your soul needs a lot of love and understanding in the moment, which is quite beautiful. I'll pull one more, okay? And then the pillar of light will come once you embrace your soul essence, your soul journey, and things will start changing. With whatever we see around us, I always say is everything will come to the surface and everything will be exposed as it should. Okay, so now I want to go and ask. I've got this beautiful new cards by Mandy Moore and the artist Julia Jeffrey. I have a lot of Barbara Moore cards. I quite love her energy. She's very beautiful as well. So I'm going to use them. Gesera and Nesara, is that a new money system still happening, or is there an even flow of money? So we go with the Gesera and Nesara. Is it still to be used as a money system? What truth is in it, basically? Okay, so let me cut the cards. I hope you're all having a great week, and we're having a lot of rain here in Hervey Bay, which is very unusual. I even bought rubber boots because I had to go to a funeral, and I'm so glad I did. They're very dressy. It was the most beautiful funeral I went to. It was a private funeral, so I was very honoured to be there. I was a very, very close friend of mine of over 30 years. I've met her when my daughter was very little. You know, to the people that have lost such, I know she's doing better things and her soul's doing beautiful things up in other dimension, but she was just a beautiful soul. And I just must say, blessing to all the people that, and send healing to the people that are really hurting in the moment. And to everyone that has lost loved ones in the moment, I send my gratitude, my love and healing to all of you. And I really understand how hard it is and how hurtful, because everyone has such deep meaning in their hearts for us. But always remember, the soul lives forever, okay? Just not the body. All right, back to this question. Gesera and Nesara, is that still playing big? I'm going to ask Spirit as well. Spirit, give me the answers to this question. Gesera and Nesara, is it an importance in the new energy? So I got the Five of Swords. So it's sort of like an ending card. It's a half ending. So it's quite interesting. And it's got birds coming in and trying to take it out, basically. And the Queen of Cups wants a fairer system. It doesn't want a rich man system. It wants a fair system, okay? The Page of Pentacles. So the young generation, we have to really help them. And it is really important that we actually, with a page coming in, a Page of Pentacles, a money card, it's the younger generation. What are we teaching our younger generation, basically, is then we have the Four of Pentacles. How cute is this card? Look at the stand up there. So in the moment, it's telling me also to put some stuff away for a rainy day, okay? Don't put all your egg in one basket, basically, okay? That's my saying. I have the beautiful Nine of Wands, and look how high, look at that beautiful energy coming out of the Nine of Wands. So something is already set in place. It's coming up like the phoenix, like a beautiful energy embracing humanity. It's not ready to, some of it is out, but not all of it. I have the Five of Pentacles, so the old money system is still collapsing, all right? There's no doubt about it, okay? Especially with the Five of Swords here. It's taken out bit by bit, so slowly and back, so of what I can see. The King of Pentacles, so someone very strong with the energy and has a love for children is stepping forward. The Ten of Swords, so the question I just asked is finishing. I think Gesera and Nesara, what a lot of people talk about, because it's only words, it's only a system. I did a show on it once before, where it actually came from. I don't believe we need the system. I think there's a fairer system. I think our wording has to have better meanings. And with the Six of Pentacles is this system, the earth system, the fair system, everything will be renamed, and it's where there's food for everybody. And I guess when you look at that kind of system, is a lot of people that sitting really high up with all these ideas. I won't mention names because you always get striked off. But when you see all these let's call them organizations that think they can rule humanity, is, what goes up comes down. You got no idea how strong a human being is. You might be able to believe that you can brainwash someone for so long with all this crap from the media, with all the crap that's out there. But our heart and our soul has an inner knowing and an inner strength that can never be broken. And when you learn to go with your inner strength and your gut feelings, your inner knowing, your soul essence, it will guide you what you need to know, what you need to learn, where you need to go, and what's going to happen. Okay. We have the beautiful Six of Cups here, and she's in water, embrace. So here in Australia, we've seen a lot of floods. That's what this reminds me of, which has been quite saddening, actually. Coming home from Adelaide, I flew into Maroochydore. Maroochydore is on the Sunshine Coast for people overseas. It's a very beautiful place. It's one side is all beach and the other side is basically mountains. I couldn't drive home because the bridges were flooded out in Gympie and Mirrabah. So Gympie is a very old place and has pyramids in it. It's a very sacred place, but it keeps flooding. We have the Murray River there, and it floods, and it has done so much damage. It broke my heart, actually. When you drive through and you see that damage, you go, what the? Anyway, it's I won't go too deep into it, but all those trees where the flood went up, there's no life in them, okay? So only the top part of the trees actually got greenery. But this is the third time. So let that be the last time. As an old saying goes, everything comes in threes, Yeah, it was devastating. Anyway. Next question. Yeah, I have a heart. I have friends living there, and it's really devastating. The Six of Swords, okay, so that's coming through with all the systems, okay. The Six of Swords is, we're ending with the Five of Swords, and then we're calling in the strength of the Six of Swords, basically, and to give us the feminine power to move forward. And then we have the Two of Cups to fill up everyone's cup, to balance. And I'll do a 15-card reading. And then comes the strength, inner strength to change everything, to let go of the old system, even if it's Gesera, Nesara, let it go. It wasn't created from a good point of view, because I did a deep dive on it. And the Seven of Pentacles, and this lady's actually holding her belly and she looks pregnant. New life. That means new beginnings, new life. Look after your chakras then here, your base chakra. Allow a lot of healing to happen. And then we have the Knight of Wands. It comes out of the forest. So embrace the forest, embrace the flowers, embrace life, and embrace the knighthood of people, that we are all unique and very, very well loved. Well, that's on that. So in my belief system, I don't know if everyone will believe that, I believe Gesera, Nesara, Gesera, however you call it, came from the darker energies, okay? How people want to play with it or believe in it, it's up to them. I don't care either way. Is this for me? I think there's a new system coming and we call something totally different. And now I've been asked some really strange questions, so I'm going to answer them. I'm going to take these cards out. All right, got them. So I'm doing the Witch's Tarot. People always assume when you're a light worker. When I was very young, I joined White Witches. I don't know, I was pretty young. Right? It was the most amazing healing with herbs. I learned so much out of it. And to this day, I still use a lot of herbs to heal, herbal teas, and it really benefits your body. I drink water, cleansed water. I also use beautiful sprays. Here's one. A friend of mine's putting these together. So for more information on them, please let me know. So this is called Lumerias, Lumerias, Lumerias. She has a website up. She sells oil. I'm not sure if this one is on. Then natural, vegan, and Australian made. So for anyone that loves Australian made, this is the way to go. It also tells you what's in there, what it's for. And here you go. How beautiful. And all you do is go like this and you go, this one smells so beautiful. One of my favorite oils so far that I've come across. So she's done a very awesome job on that one. For more information, just inbox me and I'll get leave a message and I'll give you more information on it. I don't want to leave anything underneath. So now we're going to ask so someone asked me if the Earth is an arc floating in space. Are we sort of like a big spaceship, an arc, whatever, and we're just perceived as a big Earth? Like there's like when we look at the moon, Mars, and all those planets. If you listen to all those shows, they know there's life on there. How many planets actually have life in this universe? It's quite amazing. So I'm just going to answer this question: Is our world, Mother Earth, an arc floating in space, which actually with a dome? So it's telling me it has a mirror image. So I've got the Four of Wands here, right? If that's what we believe, it is our choice to believe so. Interesting. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Everything's very scientific. Everything is very it's very interesting when you have a look at this. Is the old, the new, the healing, the balance, the Seven of Pentacles, as you know, it's a money card, but have a look at how this card actually represents everything. Like very on a scientific basis, things floating across. So it won't give me the answer whether it is or not, because you can juggle the answer. Because I've done a private reading on it myself because I really wanted to know. And it's basically saying the same thing. So, and it can say yes because I've got an ace here. Okay. But it's up to you in the mirror image what you believe. You believe whatever you like. So it can be a yes because then ace came up. And then comes the sun. How closely we related actually to the sun. As you know, we have a central sun as well. So it's like a mother, father, godson with pure energy, fulfilling energy. I use it a lot in my meditations, actually. Then we have the hypern. What are we actually learning out of all this? What do we actually really want to know how to move our earth forward? Whether it floats, whether it's round, whether it's an arc. What are we learning from it? Are we learning the lessons that we need to learn from it? Who stole the information about it? Starts with a V, right? That's all the stolen information. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes me wonder. And then I have the magician, bringing it all back. So all the history that was stolen, what this earth is all about, what our lessons are, everything is coming back. So your memories are getting triggered, and then you have memories that will bring all this kind of information back. It's really, really interesting, actually. And then we have the Five of Swords. So there's an ending of something and something new is coming. So we have already juggled the information. There's a lot of scientist information. There's mirror information. And the Five of Swords, what is he ending? He's bringing down all the information, right? So the stolen information, there's an ending to all the stolen information that's going to come by the magician. Bit by bit, we're going to hear the truth. But I always ask, is humanity ready for this truth? Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles. Look at the magic behind this card. Are you ready to receive and let go of all the untruths you've been taught? Are you ready to embrace your soul's journey? Are you ready to really let go of the old system? This is my question to you. Are you ready? Because it takes people to be ready for this, to let go and embrace. And there's so many questions, and with a yes here is, what are you doing? So now I'm going to ask, because I asked if the earth was an arc. So the choice is up to you, belief. It told me there's a yes there, but it's juggled information, because there's different belief system what the earth actually is. Okay, so it's quite interesting. So what does the universal energy want us to know right now? So in the other card, I had a deep freeze, okay? So this is a Five of Pentacles, and it looks like the deep freeze to me as well. So is unclutter your mind. It's like the deep freeze. That's what they want us to know. Look at that building. It's old. Okay, so all the buildings that were built here long ago, they were not built in the 1800s. Okay, you need to let go of what you knew once. It's a deep freeze coming, a reset. And then we have the Nine of Cups here. Look at this beautiful card, how they're all juggling above with all these new energies coming in. And we are really pleased to where we're coming to and where we're going. Wow. Once we unclutter our mind, it's amazing what we can do. And then this is for our young. This is the page. The youngs are fighting for the freedom. Do you know what I believe is a freedom stealer? I'll tell you in a minute. We have the Five of Cups. So we have a lot of endings in this reading as we're going, right? There's another ending. And the feminine power is taking charge again, because it nurtures. And that's what we need in a moment, nurturing, love, kindness, stop this separation. And there's another queen here. So there's a lot of feminine energy. So it's finally stepping back in. I feel that we still have all this year to go of juggling chaos, tower energy, understanding the truth, what is the real truth, and the truth might be different for every one of us. So the journey is up to you. Like I said, I'm just answering questions that I get asked. So do you know what our biggest time stealer is? Our mobile phone. It knows everything about you. It tracks you. It does. It's an amazing tool, and it's always a very destructive tool. The computer, I don't feel too bad about, but the mobile phone, if I fly somewhere, it knows where I'm flying. If I go to my doctor's surgery, it knows I'm there. If I go shopping, it asks me what I've thought about the shopping centre. It's like a spying device. That's how I feel about it. I don't know how you feel about it. It's a good tool for some things, but it's also a very, very negative tool in other things, okay? Just don't get addicted to it, because that's what it wants you to do, okay? Now we're going to go into giving some beautiful messages. So this is the Hero's Journey, the Dream Oracle, by Kelly Sullivan Bolden and Rasuli. I'm sorry for now. I've got 2 decks of him. I also got this deck. Okay, so anyway, we're going to do this quickly. And then I'll sign off. So we're going to pull 3 cards out of this one. It's so build in breaks. There's no place like home. So I believe all those countries that have been destroyed by war, we need to eventually rebuild, because there's people feel misplaced and there's no place like home. That's my belief system. Okay, build in the breaks, century slowly. So embrace your energy with ease and grace. Take it easy. Eventually we'll rebuild everything that got broken, and attend to your simple things and listen to your dreams, okay? And I hope that makes sense. So from me, I hope you enjoyed this woohoo of whatever. If you have any questions and want me to do readings on anything, please message me. I'm also on Facebook. I do a lot of live streams on Facebook and stuff like that, and messages, because I enjoy it. But from my heart to your heart, shine your light, be the best you can be, and stand in your power, and allow yourself to feel love and self-love, okay? And always work in your power. Take your power back. Don't let anyone steal it, no matter who they are. You are worthy, you're unique, and you're very, very loved. Namaste from me, and much blessing. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.